guys, how you doing? It's Chris James here, head coach of Alliance MTB Coaching, based here at Sherwood Pines in Nottinghamshire and in the Peak District. And I thought I'd do a little vlog today because there's something that I've been noticing a lot when I've been riding, and it's been causing a lot of grief for a lot of people, and you probably didn't even realise. And this is one for the beginners, the very beginners, for those who are just starting out. And it's pretty simple. I'm going to talk to you about setting your saddle height to the right level. Why is saddle height important? For a number of reasons, but mainly for comfort and efficiency when we're riding. Because when we ride, we recruit a number of muscles throughout the whole of the body, but when we're pedaling, and especially if we want to be efficient, we need to make best use of those primary movers, those muscle groups that are activated the most, and that's your glutes, and all of the muscles that are coming through the front of the leg, so the vastus lateralis, the vastus medialis, and the muscles all the way through the front. And what happens is that as you pedal along and you're moving along, these muscles are firing at different times to make sure that that pedal is turning efficiently all the way through the pedal stroke. So you've got your push muscles, the prime movers that are involved in forcing the pedal down to give you drive, and then the muscles that are involved in the recovery. And that basically covers the whole leg, like I said, from the glutes, through the vastus muscles, all the way down through into the calf and into the soleus muscles when you're recovering and when you're down at the bottom of your pedal stroke. So having your saddle at the right height is important, because if it isn't, you're going to be recruiting those muscles inefficiently, or you're going to be recruiting those muscles too much in certain groups. And I'm afraid to say it that ladies, you are probably the biggest group who have their saddles at the wrong height. Now I think it's because of this. What I often hear when I'm coaching is somebody that comes to me and says, well, I need to have my saddle at a height where I can touch the ground so that I feel safe. So what that normally means, if that was me and I needed to have my saddle so I could have my feet on the ground, hang on, let's see, this is my normal height. See, we're up kind of able to, how many of you have seen that? Where we have people that are just starting out in biking and, oh, I need to touch the floor. And so what happens is that you're perched up on top of the bike, and actually this isn't comfortable for somebody to touch the floor. So what might they do? Well, they're going to lower their saddle. So actually, by the power of dropper post, now I can get my feet on the floor. When I stop, I feel safe. Marvellous. The problem is that immediately now that's put my pedals at a height where if you look at my leg, I'm up to about 90 degrees now, and being at 90 degrees means that I'm not going to be recruiting those muscles efficiently. In fact, as a prime mover, my vastus lateralis, my vastus medialis are going to be overactivated. So one of the things that we often hear is this complaint of, oh, my legs are really hurting, oh, my legs are caning, I can't do it. And so with my daughters, often they used to say, oh, Dad, I've got to stop. And it's the compromise between them feeling confident and safe to put their feet down if they want to, and we can cover off how we might do that differently in a moment. But actually, you often see people pedaling along with their leg coming up to near 90 degrees. Now that's not ideal, because we want to be able to recruit all of these muscles in the right way. So that means that we have to get the saddle up to a height where we can effectively push down and get that power and that efficiency. Now there's a simple way to determine saddle height, and somebody taught me this a long time ago. Assuming that you're not a gorilla and that your arms and your legs are relatively the same length, which most of us are, is a simple way to set the saddle height is to get your naughty finger, you get your naughty finger and you're going to reach over the saddle so that the saddle comes into your armpit, and you're going to come down, and the tip of your finger should just reach the middle of the crank there, middle of the bottom bracket, so you should have a nice straight line. Now that for me is actually my ideal saddle height. So that's a really quick and simple way for you to check to see if it's too low or too high, and obviously there's going to be some variation, but get the saddle into your armpit, get your naughty finger out and point it down towards there, and then we're sorted and we're set. So for me, I can easily get onto my bike and I can start to pedal away and be confident. Now that whole thing of, oh, I need to get my feet on the ground, I see so many people nearly crashing and causing accidents on the trail when they try to stop and put their feet down. They wobble left and right, and then they might fall into the middle of the trail and they might get hurt. So what does that mean? How do we cure it? Well, it's pretty simple. When you want to start, get yourself in the neutral area of your frame, bring your pedal up, hold your brakes on, get your pedal to a point where you can confidently push down, look up, release the brake and step on. And when I stop, I just come to a stop and I step forwards. I don't need to try to put, oh shit, my feet down on the floor. So, quick recap, saddle height. It's important because we need to be efficient, we need to recruit our muscles appropriately, makes it a lot more fun, makes it a lot more safe. If you want to set your saddle height, naughty finger over the saddle, saddle into the armpit, straight down to the middle, in a nice straight line, boom, all sorted. Hope that's useful, hope you can use it. Speak to you later.